Hello, everyone.
How's it going?
Welcome to another great episode of Heard About It. In fact, it is our 10th
10th
episode
episode,
today.
yeah.
Very exciting for us.
Yeah.
Thank you for y'all. We wouldn't have probably kept doing it had we not had the response we got. So we're very thankful for y'all. And thank you for helping us get to this 10th episode.
Yeah.
We'll go
Finally.
ahead and kick things right
Well,
off.
actually, there's a chance there might not be an episode in the next 2 weeks. Either there's going to be one next week or in 3 weeks.
Yes,
We're
we're
not sure
going
yet.
to have to
Very busy schedules.
break our little schedule today because of some
Right
scheduling
now.
conflicts. But we do have some other stuff hopefully coming into the future. At this point, we should be well into our countdown to Alan Wake 2 for the month of October.
3 days in.
Yeah, about 3 days in.
But it is October, though. So that's
It
pretty
is
cool.
October, so get excited for that.
closer.
And then stream. We still definitely want to do the Portal 2 stream. I think we're gonna delay that, and
Because
we're
we
gonna
have a better stream.
We have a
idea.
better
We're going to keep it a
stream
little
plan.
secret right now.
We'll keep it secret, but we have
But we
two
have a
streams
better
planned. Portal 2 co-op stream in the future.
A video plan just other than a podcast.
Yes,
episode.
and then a video, another kind of vlog, just fun video planned for this channel. So be on the lookout for those. Hopefully the first stream, and the new video should come out this month.
Yes.
This
No,
month.
they will.
Before
They
the end
will.
of this month, they should come out.
100%.
But to our headlines, our first topic of today. After running PlayStation for 28 years, Jim Ryan, the CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, is officially retiring. That's a big deal. I mean, he hasn't been the only CEO. Like, he hasn't
No,
been the
I
CEO
think he's he lives in Britain, so I don't want to say American CEO, but like
He's the
one of.
PlayStation CEO.
Oh, is he?
I think he is the CEO of
I
Sony
thought there's a
Interactive
Japanese CEO as well.
He is like
I
the
get-
Phil Spencer of PlayStation.
Okay, I didn't know that. Wow.
Which, that's a big deal. Whenever a gaming company or a department, a gaming department of a company like Microsoft or Sony leaves, that's always a big deal. There's always questions of how that's going to work. I mean,
Especially you've seen PlayStation been very successful over
PlayStation's
the
been
past
very
28
successful.
years.
yeah.
So,
So,
It's going
but
to be interesting if anything
Yes.
changes, if at all. I'm sure it won't.
yeah, I mean,
it's still-
PlayStation seems like to be such an institution that a lot won't change except maybe presentation and PR.
Yeah.
I think you saw that a lot with Nintendo. I mean, they've definitely had a serious PR problem ever since Iwata and Reggie have left and passed. But they've had a PR problem where I feel like they haven't been as connected to their fan base as much. And
Yeah.
honestly, I think
We only
Jim.
we only saw Doug Bowser like once in a direct, right?
He, I think, was in one or two, and really hasn't been in a lot of
Yeah.
them. But I will say that Jim Ryan, and I don't watch a lot of the State of Play lives. He, to me, never felt like the most charismatic
Yeah.
CEO out of like someone like a Phil Spencer or Reggie or like even a Doug, who I feel like still makes an effort to try to be personable. I don't think he's the best at it, but I
Yeah.
think he makes an effort. But I think, is this their opportunity? If they get, because I think they're getting someone from Japan for at least interim or maybe permanent, and I just think that'd be a good opportunity if there's going to be this change up. If 1 second, PlayStation, wants to get someone more charismatic and more personable, maybe younger, running it, just so you have a
I wouldn't
longer
be
thing.
surprised. Well,
Because let me look up who's replacing him real quick. 1 second.
it's always scary because when before Xbox had Phil Spencer, there was a CEO. I feel like I've talked about this before on the podcast, but this CEO was probably the worst person to fill that position. And he was the one who was in charge of the Xbox One launch, which we all know that went absolutely horrible, like horrendous. And so that was after the 360, which was very successful. And basically, the Xbox One required an internet connection, which in 2012 was kind of rare to come by. Not everybody had an internet connection. And so when he was asked one time in like an interview thing, they were like, what about the people who don't have an internet connection? Like, what are they going to get? they're like, we have a product for that person, and we call that the Xbox 360. So he basically just like, yeah, it was pretty bad. He got fired afterwards, and in came Phil Spencer, which he's been bringing Xbox back to life.
Here it is. Hirokoi Toki, who is the president, CEO, and CFO of Sony, is for an interim position, just kind of taking over just
That would make
formalities
sense.
while they get someone else. So I'm assuming there's going to be I think that's only from March to April though. Because he's not stepping down until March next year, and so I'll be interested to see who they get to run.
Well, they might even have someone by then.
Yeah, and I'm sure it'll be maybe because Ryan. It sounds like I didn't realize this. He actually wasn't CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment until 2019.
Oh, really?
But he's held a lot of senior positions just at Sony. He's been at Sony for 28 years. But I'm assuming they'll get someone inside. It'll be an inside hire.
I'm sure.
In Sony. But
They hire Phil Spencer.
yeah, they hire Reggie. Reggie's back.
Reggie.
In
Yeah,
it. But
that'd be interesting.
I don't think he'd do it though.
Probably not. No.
Anyway,
He's a college professor right now, isn't he?
is he? I wouldn't be
think he
surprised
is.
if he's
I'm
being
pretty
a
sure
professor, like an honorary professor or
In like
something.
Arizona or something.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't see that affecting major
PlayStation, no.
things for PlayStation.
No, definitely not.
But I do
Especially
think
with-
it's more of an opportunity for them to, as I said, improve PR.
Yeah.
So yeah. Next topic.
Yeah, go for it.
Run through.
Oh, obviously, why didn't we say this? Obviously, we don't have a audio producer here with us today.
Oh, yeah.
Jason is gone. Also, last week I forgot to say, but that wasn't Jason. If you couldn't tell, that
I
was,
think they could tell.
no, some people said they couldn't, which is kind of funny. Anyways, that was a different person. His name's
Yeah.
Kieran. He was filling in for Jason because Jason
Yeah.
couldn't make
but
it.
we don't have anyone filling.
Both
it
of
today.
them couldn't make it today, so
So we're running our topics on by ourselves.
yeah. Hopefully next time Jason's here
Yes.
with the camera.
Yes. Anyway, next topic. Portkey Games is making a new Quidditch game.
Yeah.
Called
Well,
Quidditch
kind of.
Champions.
Kind of a new game. So Portkey Games is the same people who did Hogwarts Legacy, which is a huge RPG
Yes.
where you just play the 5th year of Hogwarts before Harry Potter was ever
It's like
born.
19th century Harry Potter.
Yeah, yeah.
Wizarding World.
Yeah, and really, really fun game. I enjoyed it.
I still need to play it.
And they had a Quidditch mode in there, and like you're going to be able to play it, right? And then they
right.
were play testing, and they're like, "This is kind of boring. Like,
They couldn't
why
get it
are
to
we
work.
doing this?
Yeah.
It just didn't feel right." And like you could go to the Quidditch arena, and they'd be like, "Yeah, sorry, the club's not happening this year," and it's like all sad and
Oh,
everything.
right,
So
so-
they kind of just started to implement it, and so now they're bringing it into its own game. I don't know if that's going to be free or not. I don't even know when this is releasing, but it's happening soon. I think there's playtesting going on right now.
Yes,
Like,
that's what I saw. Their trailer for which was interesting. Like, there's playtesting happening, but I guess you have to playtest to watch gameplay footage because the teaser they showed had no playtest, like none of the gameplay in it.
interesting. Yeah, because the graphics looks like Fortnite basically.
Yes.
And I think that's due to they can't have the high fidelity and have such a fast-paced kind of multiplayer game run that well.
Yes.
Is my guess is why it's looking like that. And that's probably also why they couldn't have it in Hogwarts Legacy. It was like if you try to change the graphics that drastically from
Yeah.
the realistic Hogwarts Legacy to Quidditch,
No.
it would not work at all.
Because Quidditch is like such a cool concept.
Oh, it is,
and
yeah.
it's like it'd be such a fun thing to try to get to work. I think they did have a Quidditch game on like the PS1. I don't think it was any good.
No, it wasn't. I think I
I think
heard
I've played it, like emulated it with a friend once.
Interesting.
It was not. I mean,
See,
there's just like there's a physicality of the game you have to get right. I mean, if it's online, that'd be great. Like, and the idea that like basically people are playing two different games, like the whole thing with like if you're the Seeker, you're playing a different game than everyone else when you're online. It's
Yeah,
just you
yeah.
and the other Seeker on this
Yeah.
one-on-one.
I saw this
match.
I saw this post the other day. This person was like, the concept of a seeker is so ridiculous. It's like having an entire basketball game and two people out in the parking lot trying to like run
yeah.
around and stuff and try it is,
They don't because
and
they can't play. I mean, they can't play. Like they can't interact with the other players,
yeah,
right?
no. I mean, you can kind of, but not really. But so my predictions for how this is going to go. Not only that,
Isn't it like your score in a Quidditch game goes to the House Cup in house games for Quidditch in
No.
Hogwarts? I thought they do. I thought like
No.
the total scores. So I thought it was like if you caught the snitch,
No.
it's like a bonus 50
No, that's
points for the
just-
House Cup.
Yeah, no, I could see the confusion because they're both just named points, but no, it's
No,
not.
they're
too
not.
bad.
Okay, for some reason I thought like how well you did in the Quidditch games
No.
also contributed to the House Cup.
Oh.
But that was the other thing I wanted to say. Like, not only do you just automatically win the game, I thought it was like you get 50 points for the House Cup if you find it. Which is I had
Yeah,
like,
no.
and Harry found it what twice in his
Yeah,
career.
he got it 2 times, maybe 3.
He like
He
swallowed,
swallowed
it
the first time. Yeah.
and then like his fourth year or fifth year, or was it third
I don't.
year?
It's
Third
been
or
so
fourth
long.
year he
It's been
gets
so
it
long.
again.
But my predictions of how this is going to go, which I feel is like really accurate. Tell me what you think about this. I think it's going to come out. The Hogwarts or Harry Potter fans are going to play it. They'll be like, "Oh, this is fun. I enjoy this." They're going to play it for maybe a month or so, maybe less. And then there's going to be these really like serious gamers for
Yeah.
it. Like it's going to
Well-
turn out like Rocket League. It's going to be another Rocket
If
League.
it's good, like if
That-
it becomes like this system
quote me on
where
that.
you could be very technical with the broomsticks. And
That's
the
what I'm
flying,
believing. It's going to do that.
And if they can do it well, I mean, it could easily just be this kind of
Yeah.
like kind of like free to
Because
play.
Rocket League is that kind of game to where you can play it for fun, but if you're playing
Yes.
with somebody who is incredibly skilled at it,
Yeah.
there's just no hope. for
Rocket League
Like, you
players
can
like
still
that are
play
good
it.
at it scare me because it's
Yeah.
like they could just fly. They just figured
Burn.
out how to fly.
you. Yeah.
In a car.
Yeah.
Like I get like don't get me wrong, I love playing Rocket League. I
It's
love the
fun.
mechanics, but I am like clueless when it comes to
Yeah,
trying to
no,
do tricks and stuff. But no, I do see it. It can be, I think, a successful game if done well. I'm
I think-
surprised they're not, giving it the same graphical style as Hogwarts. As you said, yeah,
It makes sense.
it makes sense, but you'd think they'd maybe want to have some continuity there. I
Yeah.
do like that. I hope similar to kind of like the soccer games and sports team games, like you can switch between like the house teams, but also like because there's also like the world league. There's like Quidditch World League teams
Yeah.
that compete, so maybe you can switch
Oh,
between those.
that would have been
'Cause
cool.
you-
I hope they do that.
Because is it in 3 where they go see the Quidditch World Cup?
4.
Is it?
It's in 4.
It is 4 where they go see the Quidditch
Yeah.
World Cup, and then Death Eaters attack it.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoilers.
It's been out for
It's been out for a while.
more than
I
20
think we're good.
years. I think it's fine. But I'm kind of excited for that. I think it'll be fun.
No, I
We'll
think
see how
that
it
would be really
goes.
fun for Harry Potter fans and people who want to get into a new online game. Is it? Did they say free to play?
I hope so.
They should make it free to play.
They
I
should
think
give
it
us-
sounds like a game that would work free to
Yeah.
play. I mean, if you just keep adding new
Content. They should
and
have
skins
a
and
mode
maps.
to where you can click a button and it goes into PS1 mode, and so every character looks like the PS1 Harry Potter
Harry Potter,
characters. That would
the
be
Quidditch, yeah.
really good. No, not like the Quidditch game, but like PS1 Hagrid,
Oh yes,
like that.
All right. Well, we're gonna transition now to everyone's favorite game, the Clue game.
Yeah,
We
still
need
don't
to
have a
name
name for
it.
that. 10 episodes. Come on,
Yeah. All right. Okay.
you're
You
going
don't
first.
know. Gonna recap it really quick. I have 3 clues here for Jackson. The idea is that they go from most obscure to least obscure. He has to guess what I'm talking about in these clues. I have to guess how many clues he can get it in. You only get 1 guess. If you guess it wrong, you're wrong. You can pass to the next clue, so you can either pass or guess. All right. I think you can get it in 2.
And 2.
Actually, no. I'm gonna say it. I believe in you, Jackson. You can get it in 1. I think this one's pretty easy, and you can get it. Okay.
Okay.
This place was once ruled by Denethor, but he was never officially king.
Say that again.
This place was once ruled by Denethor, but he was never officially king.
Denethor. What? I do not recognize. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip. I don't.
Gonna pass.
Yeah.
Jackson. This kingdom has its capital at Minas Tirith.
You were telling me how easy this one was gonna be. What?
This one is easy. I
Its
thought it would be
capital
easy.
at. Pass to the 3rd clue, man. I don't know.
This kingdom was fully reunited with its northern counterpart by King Aragorn after the defeat of Sauron and Mordor.
Wait, was it the character? Wait.
No, this kingdom was
Kingdom.
fully reunited
Oh,
with its northern
oh.
counterpart.
Middle Earth.
No.
No?
Oh.
What? I don't know.
Gondor.
I don't. What? I've never heard of that name.
What?
No.
You've watched. Okay, wait. Just hear me out. You've seen all 3
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
That name
It doesn't come up. Doesn't ring a
comes
bell.
up so much in all 3 of those movies. I can name you so many lines. Gondor has no king and it needs no king. Literally, most of 3 takes place in Gondor. That's where Gandalf goes with the guy who eats weird,
I don't.
and that's where Boromir is
It's
from.
been a while since I've seen them. I don't.
I'm disappointed right now, Jackson. Very
Hey,
disappointed.
to be fair, you've just read the book.
I'm still reading through them.
Still,
I've
it's-
been, like even these.
It
I
retains
got
in your memory more.
I
if
got
you're
this
reading it.
mostly from the movies.
I had no clue.
All right.
I,
Can you get the northern counterpart of Gondor?
no,
It's Arnor. There's a fact for you.
I don't know the names of the locations. Lord of the Rings.
Disappointing. I thought that would be a gimme for you. You're about to get yelled at by everyone in chat.
Chat. I don't.
Comments.
doubt
My
so.
bad. All right.
Okay, this is gonna be really easy. You're
think
probably
I
gonna
can
get it in
get
the
one?
first one.
Okay.
The second one was probably harder than the first one, but
Okay.
I will. Actually, no. I'm gonna say 2 because
2?
the first one's kind of obscure. You really just have to know it for the
Okay.
first one. So this is a show in which it followed a character where only bad things happened to him.
Milo Murphy's Law.
Okay, yeah. That's first.
So come on, man. You gotta work on these.
Hey, like I said, you either
Yeah, I either know it.
because you have photographic memory, right? Or am I mistaken?
No, it's weird. I just have a good memory. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you have photographic memory," and it's like, no, because I would be able to recite to you an entire page of a book after I had
Oh.
just read it. Like I think that's true photographic memory
Is
if
it?
I'm correct.
I don't know, but you just have. When it comes to pop culture, you just know.
Yeah, I just know. There's also like we talk about that show constantly. You know I'm gonna
That is
know
true.
it immediately.
Yeah, I think next time we do need to incorporate Jason into this.
Yes.
And have like a 3 kind of so it switches
Yes.
off.
All right.
Each time, but yeah.
Our big story
Next topic.
for today. Unity has announced these past 2 weeks. Well, a lot of things happened with Unity in the past.
So much.
A lot.
And it was like the day after we recorded
We
our
did?
episode, and so we didn't get to cover it.
So
at all.
Unity announced a new fee policy for its users,
It is
like the people
crazy.
using there, and it was basically just
Unity's
like
a game development
Yes.
engine, by the way.
it was basically just like per download, developers would be charged a certain fee. I think that's all it was basically, and like.
And it was
There were
crazy.
some developers who released games for free with Unity that like said like had they released their games under the new protocols they were enforcing,
I thought it was enforcing upon the games that had been released.
or maybe it was that
was,
too.
yeah.
And so he was like, I would have like this one developer who released a game for free said I was about to owe Unity like millions.
Yeah, no.
It was ridiculous.
Absolutely crazy.
And it was a lot of backlash, and they have rolled it back to it's the fee thing only applies to like the paid version of Unity, and you have to hit a certain download or income threshold to be charged with the fees.
Yeah. No,
It's just like a really disappointing
it's
thing,
so-
especially considering this kind of just happened with the Dungeons and Dragons community.
Oh,
With
yeah.
Wizards of the Coast,
Oh,
a
yeah.
new license when they tried to unveil their new or they didn't unveil it. It got leaked that they were going to have this new licensing thing that was going to charge people who used basically the D&D source rules for third-party
though
content
there's-
because it used to be initially it was an open source game. So Pathfinder is heavily based off 5e D&D rules.
Yeah.
Did not have to worry about fees or anything. They
Yeah.
would have had to drastically change their business model.
Yeah. Even though there's so many like D&D
Yeah.
kind of copycats kind of thing. Well, I don't.
Yeah, well-
and
Well, like
would've been
Pathfinder's
the
a D,
same.
like would be considered
Yeah,
a
yeah,
D&D
yeah,
copycat,
yeah. This-
but it's just like
I'm saying there's different
content.
Wizards of the Coast kind of things to where they could use it for free still and still basically have the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway, like it's similar
It's
to the
very
D&D
similar to
thing.
that.
A lot of people would have had to drastically change their business models
Mm-hmm.
and their financing because of this ridiculous deal. There's a bug.
oh no.
Oh no. Okay, we're just gonna ignore it. Is it
Yeah.
a stink bug?
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry,
Oh, well.
guys. Anyway, but it's really disappointing, especially where it's like a company like Epic with Unreal. It's plain and simple. Their licensing agreement is very simple.
Oh, it's so straightforward.
It's so straightforward.
Once you pass $1 million in revenue, it's 5%.
5% royalties, and agree or disagree with that. It's what it's been, and it's what it has
Which
been.
I think that's fair.
I think it's fair.
I think it's fair. Yeah.
And they self-publish.
And
it,
then you
right?
also have another engine called Godot. I don't know if you know what this is.
I think I've heard of
But
Godot.
completely free to use.
Yeah.
Completely.
I mean, Unity, I feel like was doing itself no favors by discouraging what it felt like developers to publish games with their engine out of fear of, can I make money off of this now? And I think
Yeah.
Unity saw that and has apologized and has rolled that back. But it's just like, it's been very disappointing that these companies that are in control with these things that have driven a lot of passionate and creative projects, and it seems like they're very just concerned about how much money can we make off of this instead of trying to nurture the community that what they
Yeah.
have created has built.
I believe Unity, I don't know if it still is because of what just happened, but it was the leading game development for indie developers.
Yeah, like people love Unity. People use it all the time, like whether it's like some fun project or for full games.
It also has the biggest community around it too, with like the
Yeah.
most assets available for free or purchase, and it's so annoying.
It was just very frustrating to see that from, and a lot of people felt like it was they weren't very transparent enough about when it was going to happen, and it felt like it was very sudden.
Yeah.
The new system they've rolled out seems fair.
What is
and,
it? I haven't even looked at it.
I mean, it's for the paid version of Unity, after you hit a certain threshold, then they start getting money from your game.
Okay.
So free version, there's no penalty, I believe, if you're
Okay.
using the free version of Unity. So it sounds very similar to
Yeah.
Epic Games' policy on the Unreal Engine.
Kind of.
I think there's some differences.
Yeah. Except Unreal's just a lot more straightforward.
Unreal's just more straightforward, which I
But it's
appreciate on
so
Unreal.
much harder to use.
So much hard to use, but it's the more powerful engine.
Oh,
right?
100. No,
It's,
that is probably the most powerful
It's
engine.
it's funny too. I don't like fully understand engines, but I've Unreal Engine 5 has been rolling out, and so I've been watching video,
Oh,
and
it's
like
crazy.
they'll do something in an engine,
Lumen?
and everyone will
So
like
cool.
lose their mind, and I'm kind of like, well, I don't. He just dragged. I don't.
Yeah,
It'll be
no.
like they did something where when they like dragged out like a model of like a hill, and then it adapted to the fact that it was dragging out.
No,
and, like,
it's
changed the
absolutely
landscape,
crazy.
which I like. Like to me, I'm like, you weren't able to do that, but I'm sure if like you talked to someone who knew,
And-
like that would be very hard.
Well,
to
in the
do
past,
now.
I've actually had a fair share of usage in engines of like Unreal and Godot. I've used both
Yeah.
just to kind of mess around with. And what they were doing in Unreal Engine 5 is absolutely
Yeah.
crazy. Like, it is, so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Unity sucked for a little while.
Yeah.
It still kind of suck, but
Hopefully that doesn't discourage. We still get people using it.
or if it would be nice if Godot got more popular than it is.
What is it? Is it a gaming engine?
Yeah, or it's an open source just game engine that you can use that has its own code, or you can use C# as
You
well,
use C#,
which is
okay.
what Unity uses. So it'd be easy for
Got it.
Unity developers to go over to Godot.
Go to Godot. Yeah. Does Unity have its own like block code system?
No,
the same way
Unity-
Unreal does.
Unity is only scripting,
Okay.
typing scripting, and then Unreal at the moment is the only one that's a public engine that has blocking, except Scratch, of course.
Yeah, Scratch. That's the most coding I can do is Scratch. I love me some Scratch coding.
Yeah.
Put me in front of Scratch and I can make you.
Well, there's even
Something.
some engines don't even require code.
Yeah.
The first 3, maybe 4 FNAF games were made without code.
With like just block coding?
No, not even code. It was just like visual, and then you told it what to do, and it just did it for you.
Oh, right, because it's
Because
very
it's so
just
simple.
point and click,
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some great. I've always wanted to do. There's some great engines on there that aren't coding engines, but they're text. It's for text-based games. There's some great they're just very complex.
Yeah.
But I'd love to try to do like a really giant, like kind of open Zork style
Do it.
text-based game. It's just it'd take a lot of time.
Yeah.
No. Moving on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Netflix has recently announced, along with some other animated projects, which I'm excited for. They have announced 2 new animated shows
they're
based off
animated.
video games.
Oh, okay.
Called Devil May Cry and Devil May Cry TV show and a Tomb Raider TV show, which is very exciting. But we wanted to talk about if they're going to keep going down this road. What are some other video game properties that we'd like to see? Take the because they did this with Castlevania where they kind of turned it. They'd use like an anime kind of animation style to do a video game show, and now they're doing these. So I'm like, what other games could they do with this?
Probably a lot.
I mean, there's a lot they could do.
Yeah. A lot of the ones that could be have been made either live action or like anime.
Yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat had that movie in 2020.
I feel like an animated Mortal Kombat show though would be really, really good.
It'd also be very gory.
I mean, yeah, if
It'd
you
be
made it, but like you'd have to
so-
do it R-rated still. I think.
yeah, 100%.
But like, I feel like that would work really well. Like an animated. I feel like people because you can just do more with the fight scenes and stuff, and you can
Yeah.
make it more accurate to
What
how
the
they
game
fight
is.
in the games.
Which, speaking of, Mortal Kombat 1 is getting pretty good reviews.
Yes.
I heard. But that's,
Mini topic. Mortal Kombat 1. It's apparently good.
yeah. I don't know.
But
I'm not going to play it. But
yeah. No, but Mortal Kombat I think would work well. I'm trying to think. God of War is already getting made by Amazon. Aren't they doing like a?
Are they?
I thought they were doing an Amazon show. I could
Is
be wrong.
Netflix producing Ark? I know there's an Ark TV show.
Ark would be good animated. I think.
They have an animated Ark TV show coming out.
So
I don't
it
know
is
if it's
animated?
Netflix, though.
I can't remember. The Devil May Cry one I think will be really fun considering how crazy the fight scenes are in those games.
I've never seen
Yeah.
footage of Devil May Cry, but
Tomb Raider could be a really good.
that'll
would
be
really good.
kind of interesting. Yeah.
If they could do it well.
If the story's there, then it'll be good.
It looks like it's more based off the reboot story, but you weren't a huge fan of the reboot story, were you? Or
The story was
'cause she was using
If
a bow and
it's-
arrow, and it looked like she had her like
okay.
friends. From
If it's just the first game alone, because that's the only one I've played,
yeah,
it's fine. It does its job,
yeah.
but there's
could
not much complexities to it. Or I don't know if that's a word.
No, I just noticed just because there feels like there's so many. There's some video game movies, but it feels like they're trying to get like any video game made into a TV show. I mean, they made Twisted Metal into a TV show, which was like
Yeah.
no one was really asking for. Alan Wake is getting a TV show from AMC,
But
right
that could
now.
be good.
Like the people that
That
made
could be
Breaking
good.
Bad
And-
are in charge of developing
And Walking Dead, right?
and Walking Dead
Yeah.
are like making like are supposed okay. I don't know. We haven't heard a lot, so it's probably still in like
I
development
think.
hell.
Well, it's also probably gonna take a while.
And it's
because
taking a
of
while with the
writer's
strike. Well,
Yeah.
now that the writer's strike's over,
is
maybe
it
they can
over?
start working on a script.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know
It
that.
officially is officially
Cool.
over. So
How did it end?
they just had they just reached an agreement.
Oh, okay, that's
So, just like
good. It's better than
compromise.
just not having writers.
yeah.
That
So
means the Iron Lung trailer should be out soon.
I don't. Yeah, we should have talked about that. Sidebar with the writer's strike done. Hopefully,
Markiplier
Markiplier
doesn't
can
need
release-
animation or animation. Doesn't need permission anymore to release.
Yeah,
the
he may actually still need permission though, due to the actors still on strike.
The
But,
actors are on strike now.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't.
You gotta keep up,
I
Jackson.
don't keep up with it.
Okay. Anyway.
I disassociate.
Anyway, so, but no, I think
Well,
like the fact that like all these, but I feel like for animated Netflix shows,
sorry, just one sidebar.
because they also got Cuphead,
That was pretty good.
which was really
But
good.
One sidebar. When I was looking for topics today, I did see that game developers are possibly going on
Yes.
strike now.
Well, it was video game actors.
Actors.
They may join them.
Oh,
yes.
okay, I see. That makes sense. Also, I thought about putting this, but I didn't think there's much of a discussion. I just thought I should say it as well. Epic Games is laying off 16%
Yes.
of their staff, which is roughly 900 people.
Because somehow a multi-billion-dollar corporation couldn't figure out how to keep its workforces.
Yeah.
without reporting a loss.
Well, yeah, no.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
Anyway, back from
All the way
that,
to
all the
the-
way from that free association.
The
Let's get back
TV
to
shows.
animated Netflix shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying
Coulda
to think. Oh, a
Control
Hollow
one?
Knight animated show. They wouldn't do it. I don't think they would do it.
That would
but
be
they
cool.
should. I've never played it.
If it's
My
just
friends
like-
love it, and the lore looks so fascinating, and like it already looks like such a cool.
Oh, it's such, like
animation
it's such a cool
style.
Metrovania.
Like if they did, like if Like, imagine an animated show
That
in
would
the
actually
art
be so
style
cool.
of Hollow Knight with that story.
How would that be? Would it be
Silent. I mean, do you just do like?
well? The characters, some characters talk
Yeah.
to you,
I mean,
but
oh, yeah,
if you're
well-
just silent, that's
Well,
complete-
they actually did add. There was a huge voice acting mod for
Oh,
Hollow
really?
Knight that
That's
came out.
funny.
That's apparently really good. So,
That's funny.
I mean, it could work. A Shovel Knight animated show would be really good.
yeah. Celeste,
And,
maybe.
And to be fair, I mean, I say like that's impossible. I mean, Netflix gave the Cuphead show a show, and that was
Yeah.
an indie game. So
that is true.
You know, I would. You know,
DMDR
they are doing.
making wonders.
They are trying to work on this a more big budget like Devil May Cry, Tomb Raider, more iconic
Mm-hmm.
TV video games. But I would love to see them go back and say like, hey, the Cuphead show worked really well for us. What else is out there that
I could
would
see
benefit well from animation?
I could see a pitch of Undertale, but I could also see Toby Fox never letting.
I don't think Toby Fox. I think Toby Fox
I don't
is
think he'd want
so
that to-
protective of, and I just I just don't see how you get that to work with multiple endings.
Yeah. Oh, that is true.
it's-
You'd have to choose one very
I
specific.
mean, you'd have to either go. I mean, I think if you have to do it, you have
Or
to
you
do
just-
pacifist route.
Yeah,
but
obviously.
I feel like that underline.
but you already have such a great way to tell that story.
Yeah.
Why retell it?
Because I feel like Undertale's story relies on the fact that there's player choice, and
Yeah.
removing it undermines a lot of the significance of what he's trying
No,
to say
100%.
with that game. So
yeah.
it'd be cool to see it. I don't think it would work.
I don't
and
think
I hope it does. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, but then when you think about it, you're like, wait.
No.
No, but there's a lot of. I mean, Shovel Knight and Hollow Knight would both work really well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Another night game.
Hear me
Shovel
out.
Knight.
Hear
Hollow
me
Knight.
out.
Sorry, just making a stupid joke.
A show in the Clash of Clans Clash Royale universe would be like a fun, like it'd be like a comedy. I think
You know that I could see that happening.
I
yes.
could see that
I
working.
could see.
In that animation style. I don't know what the plot would be, but
Man, that would
I mean, it could work.
That I could see that happening. No, I could 100%.
So remember,
But
sidebar,
also,
do you remember that Super Bowl commercial they ran for Clash of Clans a long time ago, where it was Liam Neeson looking at his like destroyed clan village?
No.
And he's looking at, and he's doing the Taken voice.
That's
and He's
funny.
like, I will be sending thousands of barbarians upon you, and it's like, order for Liam. Oh, that's me. And then he gets a coffee, and then he's like, and then
I
he like
think I do
dramatically
remember
and he
this.
hits the like revenge button. He like
That's
goes to the, and
funny.
then sends his armies against the other.
that's funny. Clash of Clans had the best ads.
I loved.
back
I mean, the
then. They had
characters
that
are so
CG,
charismatic.
yeah, the 3D CG one.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
But did you know? I think 3 years ago. I don't know. This was probably before COVID. What are they called? Supercell. They said they wanted to start making games where you wouldn't expect from Supercell,
did hear
and they're
about
like
that.
more console PC.
They wanted to do more
oriented,
AAA, which would be interesting to see.
which we haven't heard anything about since. So
Yeah, it'd be a quick turnaround, but I feel like a Hi-Fi Rush TV show would work really well.
that would work
I
really
mean,
well.
because the story and the animation is already
see that.
stellar. But also, it's one of those things. Does it need it? Since the animation, like, it feels like you're just playing a TV show
yeah.
with the cutscenes.
No, I could do that.
But
Maybe
no, I
even
feel
like an
there's-
older one, like could bring what is it called? Dragon Quest, right? With the laser discs.
That's Dragon's Lair.
Dragon's Lair.
I mean, that's like you're playing a show.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like a kind of a nostalgic kind of.
Well, like, what they could do is because they have done like Netflix has had their own version of Minecraft Story Mode. They did a Choose Your Own Adventure Dragon Quest.
It was still
show.
the same, or at least Minecraft Story Mode was still the same thing. It was
Yes.
just you had less.
You had less
options.
to do.
There wasn't
so
like any
it'd be
quick
cool
time.
to see them redo like Dragon's Lair, but maybe with less quick time.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know
Yeah,
how
that's-
that because
I think
Dragon's Lair is only quick.
They
time.
that might have fallen through actually the quick time or not the quick whatever it's called, the Choose Your Own Adventure might have
Yeah.
fallen through. with Netflix. I know Netflix has a game. We already talked about that.
We
never
talked
mind.
about that, the gaming stuff, but
There's a lot.
there's a lot. I think honestly, if they do another one, it should be Hollow Knight. I think that is it would be so good. Like I feel
Yeah.
like it'd be really interesting
so.
to see, and like they could do a lot with it, animation wise. Let me think. I mean, Ori maybe.
Yeah, there's not much story there. I don't think.
Yeah.
Um,
No.
yeah.
But I do hope, like I said, they, seeing with Cuphead show, maybe they look more at those popular indie games.
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah, what
show do you
what
want?
animated show do you want Netflix to adapt from a video
And
game?
if you're on Spotify, I'll hopefully maybe remember to put up a poll for this one
Yes.
asking that. But then Apple Music, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
Next topic.
Last topic, actually.
Last topic, really?
And then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Counter-Strike 2 has officially been released. It has replaced Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CSGO, on Steam. So it's essentially the same game with I'm not very sure. They've changed a lot, but items and accounts have carried over for existing players. And it is still free to play. Though I wonder, a lot of people are a little angry or confused why they would do this because
It feels like Overwatch 2.
it feels like they're hitting the reset button, and now it feels like now we have to wait a few years to get it back to the quality that CS:GO got to. Because if I believe I'm correct, CS:GO also was off to a rocky start,
That
and
would
then
make
was
sense,
able
yeah.
to with more content and servers.
People are also upset they're not just updating TF2.
Yes, I mean, that's the one thing I was thinking about. Like, yeah, I get like CS:GO is more popular than TF2.
But if TF2 got a remake or
feel like-
update,
yeah.
it could get pretty popular. I
If
feel like.
TF2 was worked on, I feel like
Or
I
Dota
would
2.
play TF2 more if the online was better. I have TF2 and it's free because it's free to play.
Yeah.
But it's not fun playing because A, public servers are a mess, and B, I don't know anyone on
Who
like
plays
private servers. So
Yeah.
it's frustrating, and I get it. CS:GO, it's like the most popular game on Steam, and of course you want to continue working on that.
It's just CS2 now.
but now it's just
It's
CS2.
no go.
So Valve has fulfilled their needs for that game. They have fulfilled their requirements. No others Counter-Strike games from now on. They've hit 2.
Yeah,
No more.
that's what I was about to say.
They can't. They will not make 3. Do
No
not ask.
more.
They have fulfilled their
Maybe a
requirements for
spin-off?
this franchise.
Maybe a spin-off.
You may get another spin-off, but no. That
Yeah.
it's complete. Dota
is
2, Left 4 Dead 2, Counter-Strike 2, TF2, Portal 2, Half-Life 2.
Yep. It is done.
There shall be no Counter-Strike 3.
Valve did say in the past year though that they wanted to start making games again.
Yes, and I feel like
And-
there was leaks of. I think there was a leak recently that showed off some Half-Life 2 Chapter 3 stuff.
Oh.
Or Episode 3, which
Yeah.
would have been the 3rd expansion.
And yeah, no, I remember that. But then also, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, what was it? Continue talking while I try and figure this out.
Yeah, so, the CS2, I just feel, yes, players still kept their accounts and got to carry everything over, but, it is a little disappointing where you felt like you've stayed with this game, that it's just gotten better and better with release. And
remember.
now it feels like, you're back to square one.
There was job listings to make a game of a puzzle solving game that was sci-fi.
Okay.
So
That may be Portal 3. But I mean, what else would it be?
yeah,
I mean,
unless they're
Valve-
starting like fresh, then
Yeah.
yeah.
But I just
'Cause
feel
that'd
like
be-
Valve has been smart where it's just like just let the fans take care of it. Because there's so many mods of Portal
Oh, yeah.
2 that I feel like you could just treat as Portal 3.
Yeah.
Sorry, this bug started flying again. I don't do well with bugs, guys. But anyway, like I remember there was like a free
Was Reloaded free?
was it Portal 2 Reloaded?
Yeah.
I forget what it was called, but it was like
It was.
but I think that was the one that Steam put on the storefront.
Oh, really?
Or Valve put it on the Steam storefront. Like it wasn't like a mod, like you could download it from Steam. That's what they did with Black Mesa. I mean, Black Mesa is essentially just a
Remaster.
mod of Half-Life Source.
Yeah.
It's just a very heavily modded, and Valve saw what they were doing and were like, hey, we can publish this for you if you'd like. So, Valve has understood that, they're in a position where they can assist others. They don't have to do a lot themselves. But as Jackson said, it is nice to see that they are getting back into a rhythm of trying to make more
Yes.
things. Because, with the Steam Deck, I mean, that was a really great product that they released.
Very successful launch.
Aperture Desk Job, along with
Really
it, was a
successful.
very fun little project they showed us.
Did we talk about the leaks with Nintendo Switch 2, where they had dev kits? behind stage.
Not only that, yeah, like people fully played a
Yes.
remastered version of Breath
And
of the
it's
Wild.
like as powerful as the PS5.
Yes.
Which, yeah. I
Which-
think they're worried because they don't. So, like, they were going to be fine with not being the leader in the home console space, but they have been the leader in handheld space for
Until
so
the Steam
long.
Deck
And
showed
then the
up.
Steam Deck, you got the ROG Ally.
Yeah.
So many handhelds coming out with cloud gaming as well for Xbox.
I don't think I mentioned this, but quick sidebar. I was surprised that we did not. I don't think I mentioned this last episode. I was surprised we did not see the Switch 2 announced in the Nintendo
Direct.
Direct last one because they had just started showing developers models of the Switch 2 reportedly. So it's like, okay, you know what's going to get out here. Why not just clear the air and just say, hey, new Switch is in development?
As of now, it's rumored for Q4 of 2024.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Also, on the topic of like Black Mesa being remastered, did you know that there's this project called Sky Oblivion, which is basically remaking
Yes.
Oblivion into Skyrim, except with like these 4K.
well, it's a mod of Skyrim
Yeah.
to make Oblivion.
It just
I did
looks
see
so
that.
good.
I did hear about that. It's
gonna be cool.
And then there's another group that's not the group that made Black
Skywind?
Mesa.
Oh, wait,
No,
sorry.
there's a group that didn't make Black Mesa, but they're making a game called, it's kind of confusing, Operation Black Mesa.
Oh.
And they are remaking and remastering the 2 expansion chapters of the original Half-Life, which was Blue Shift, which was where you play as Barney during the Black Mesa incident, and then Opposing Force, where you play as one of the soldiers who is sent in to try to clear up and cover up the Black Mesa incident.
Okay,
So it's basically
That
like
is
2 different
complicated.
perspectives on the plot of Half-Life 1.
that's cool.
But no, it is exciting to see Valve get back into things. I do, I'll be interested to see for the Counter-Strike community how Counter-Strike 2 turns out. But yeah, good for Valve. Good for Valve.
Yeah. Hopefully it turns out well.
All right.
They did just remaster like all the maps basically.
Yes.
It felt like Overwatch 2 a lot though.
Yeah.
Which was
Anyway, all right, guys, we got a new game for y'all today.
mainly because Jason's not here. But you want to
It's
explain
gonna.
it?
We don't have a name for it yet, but
Well, we never have names for
we never
games.
mentioned. Okay, so this is how the game works. We're gonna think of a movie, TV show, or a video game, or a book, or whatever. Something with a plot. We have to explain the plot to the other person to get them to get it. Easy enough, right? However, you cannot use proper nouns or any key nouns to the story. What do I mean by key nouns? Well, good example. The Prestige is about 2 magicians. I can't say 2 magicians while explaining the plot because that's very crucial to the story. And so really the only thing they get are actions.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
it's
need
gonna
you
be
to
tough.
go first. This could go horribly. We didn't practice this at all, so
Yes,
we'll see
okay.
how it goes.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. All
So
right.
you get to go first.
Here I
because
go.
It's just so I can get an understanding
I think
of
you
what
can
you're
get this.
thinking.
I think you can get this. Okay. So there's a guy. All right. And he goes to a place. I'm tempted to use that word, but I'm not sure if I can use that.
But
as
you
a
can
key
say
noun.
guy.
It's a guy,
Okay.
but like, like I just very general nouns.
Okay,
Try to
yeah,
use
yeah.
his most general, and he has to go. He goes to a place, for a trip, with his wife. And then, you're gonna get it immediately. She goes missing, and he has to look for her, but he can't remember anything. You know that. You should know this by now.
I know
Jason.
this, but I can't think.
Can't remember anything. He also wrote something.
Oh, just Alan Wake?
Yes, yeah, it's Alan Wake.
What? I thought about doing that one actually.
Sorry.
What I think we should do next time when Jason's here, he should time us.
Yes.
And the person with the longest time to explain, but like based on
Got it.
Jason's judgment as well, saying that we're
Yes.
not trying to just over
Yeah.
exaggerate.
I think we should give him the taboo buzzer, and if we say a word that he deems too specific, he can buzz us and penalize us.
Or have shock collars on and electrocutes
All
us.
right.
Okay, I have one. I don't know if you've even. I don't want to say experienced this, but
Okay.
So it's these two guys, and they are. This is weird. This is really hard.
Can't use general nouns, so you can't use key nouns, if that makes sense.
Yeah. They're on. This is really hard to explain without saying anything in detail. They're on like this mission to to figure out this.
Is this Pulp Fiction?
No.
No? Okay.
Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
No, but
Okay, I don't
I'm
think so.
thinking Marcellus and what's his face?
I don't remember. A
you
great
know,
movie though.
Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta.
Yeah.
Okay, but no. Okay, never mind. Okay.
But they're on a mission to find this killer. That might have been too specific, but
Okay. Oh wait, is it 7?
yeah. Whoa! How did you? Yeah, it was. How did you
I've
get
never
that
seen
so
it,
well?
but like,
So
see, I
easily.
think that's where like this is rough. I feel like for future reference, like I don't think you could say killer.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what
a
I was
key
trying to
noun.
avoid from
I think
that.
you just have to say these two guys are trying
Say-
to look for a person.
Person who's done wrong.
Or person, and there's like,
Yeah.
things that, but I mean, 7, 2 guys, okay, killer. Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt are 2 guys. 7's about a serial killer. 7.
Yeah.
I still need
7.
to watch 7.
Good movie.
I mean, I've only seen The Game. That's the only David Fincher film I've seen. But
I haven't
I
even
loved
seen
it.
The Game.
I know it's funny
I know,
because
I
you've
need
seen
to.
Fight Club
Yeah.
and 7.
I haven't seen Fight Club.
Okay. But I still need to see 7 and Fight Club, which I really need to see Fight Club because I actually surprisingly have not been spoiled about the ending from Fight Club.
I haven't either.
Me neither. But like it's, the biggest twist in cinema I've heard.
I didn't know there was a
There's like
twist.
this huge twist at the end that everyone knows, but I don't know it yet. And also David Fincher's new movie
Don't
was pretty good.
spoil. Actually,
Don't spoil.
They're gonna do it
Fight
now.
Club.
Now
Yeah.
that we can't even look at it, I'm gonna block the word Fight Club in the comments, so you can't even say it.
What was I gonna say?
Well, we're not supposed to talk about it.
No,
Fight Club.
David Fincher's new. Yeah, we're not supposed to talk about it. But David Fincher's new movie about like an assassin looks really good, and it's Michael Fassbender.
I don't know who that is.
You would young Magneto.
Oh, yeah. He's a good actor.
He's good at so that'll be
Yeah.
interesting. But no, I still need to see 7 and Fight Club definitely because
And I still need to see the game and Fight Club.
The Game is amazing. Love The Game. That movie is insane, but I love it. All right, well that's all we
That's
have for
pretty
y'all
much
today.
it.
Thank you for tuning in.
You know what
this
we
far.
should do on the 20th when Mario Wonder comes out? We should stream
We should stream
Mario
that.
Wonder.
We're gonna try to stream and do some fun videos like we used to do in the summer this
Yeah.
month.
Check out the shorts.
Yeah.
We got a lot of those.
Yeah, check out our scores. We're posting a short every day this month till the 27th.
2 times a day.
2 times, to count down from both Alan Wake 2 and FNAF's release, which are on the same day. We
October
should already have
27th.
3.
We're gonna have. I want to say we're gonna have some extra content the week of the 20th to the 27th because we got Spider-Man 2,
Yeah.
Mario Wonder, FNAF movie, Alan Wake 2.
A lot happening.
All released.
So
in
we
that
got a
same
lot we
week.
got to cover in October. So be on the
I'm
lookout,
so excited.
guys. And
It's
thank
gonna
you
be a
for
great
staying
month.
for this long. Be sure, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. We're
If you
so
want
close
to.
to 100.
We're so close. I was so sure. I mean, we didn't post
we
any
were gonna get
shorts.
that. We didn't post
any
anything today,
shorts,
but please help us get to 100
What-
if you watch this video.
hopefully the countdown will get us to past 100.
Yeah, and
Or
be
maybe
sure to
this
like
episode.
Be sure to like and watch the countdown videos, and if you haven't yet, like and subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Leave a comment about the thing we said earlier about what show would you like to see? Stupid bug. What show you would like to see Netflix turn into a animated show from a video game?
Now this failed miserably the first time I tried it way back when we first started. But if you have a suggestion for a topic, please let us know.
Yes,
As well.
it is helpful. All right, thank you guys.
We all
See y'all
hopefully
in a little
Justin's
bit.
back. See y'all. Bye.
Bye.